Right. So he roofies her with an abortion.
But then she would. But what if she knew she would pregnant? She did the test, and she was like, "Fuck." Like, I don't want to be pregnant.
And she's like, I wish, because she's religious, she's like, I wish God would take care of this.
Exactly.
Then you're doing her a favor.
And he's like, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That in that scenario, you can do it.
That's like the one.
I give you that.
And I don't even know if legally you can do it.
Legally not, but
morally,
I think it's acceptable at that point to give her that
Spanish
so that you take the sin on
the abortion
yourself.
Yes. Not only have you
very Christ-like, actually.
Yeah. Not only have you done an abortion, but you've kind of murdered the kid because she wanted it, but she didn't.
But that way it's not her sin. This is Drunk Feminism, and I'm Ariel Isaac Norman. Thanks for joining us as we fix all of the world's problems.
Test. La 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 la. Okay. Okay.
All right. Is there anything you want me to say to introduce you? Like Eve Ellenbogen, extraordinaire comic from New York who moved to Austin and has regretted it every day since. Or no?
Yeah.
No. New York's on the way down. Austin's on the way up, arguably, or it's all on the way down.
Yeah,
I think the whole country's on the way down. I think it's just that now, like, there are no cool cities in the U.S. unless you're rich. If you're rich, New York's still great, but
I can't tell. I think that if you're rich, you suck.
Well, that's true. And then you suck. So there's no winning because either you suck or life kind of sucks no matter what. By the way, it's also awesome.
Say again.
Except life's also awesome
to be alive.
It's like not bad.
Blah blah blah. It's true.
We're lucky.
Recently, I've been like really grateful, and it feels very gay. Sorry.
You should gay for God. Thanks, universe.
I feel like I can say gay to you. Yeah. Because you know that I'm
cool.
You get it. You're one of the good ones.
I think I think as long as someone uses gay in like kind of the subtly fun, interesting ways, then it's you could like if someone's just calling something gay all the time. Yeah, it's like no, call it retarded.
Right.
So it depends. Some things are retarded. Some things are gay.
Yeah.
It just depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, the way you can introduce me however you want. I mean, actually, like I know you already kind of did.
Ellenbogen. Gay or Ellen Eve Bogan, gay retard
Jew.
Gay retard Jew.
Yeah.
Gay Jew retard Jew. Yeah. Gay
Jewish
Jew
gay retard. Jewish.
Well, we can't say Jewish. It's not in the gay retard phrase. It's Jew in this context.
Retarded gay.
Retard
Jewy.
Gay Jewy retard.
Yes.
Jewy gay tar.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah. It's so good to be here.
I love your joke, by the way, about how you're like, because, you come from New York and you're like, oh, I never used to use the word retarded. But then I got to Texas and I get why you guys use the word because you're all retarded. There's so many retards here, whatever. It's like, you can't,
I do love that joke. And also, like, I think I can see pretty quickly, like, who doesn't want to laugh.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I'm going to get you. Because then there's a second punchline. I won't go into it, but it's, like, brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it's just, we like tricking liberals into laughing at naughty things. It's the best.
Well, we did that show in the country that Andre set up for us.
And
well, those weren't liberals. Those were conservative people.
We do it all. I love tricking conservatives into it too.
Yeah,
you don't have to trick the conservatives as much. It's more like they want to laugh at whatever.
They're dying for you to say retarded.
Yeah, well, and they're also dying for me to like. You know what I find is audiences where they think that we think they're conservative, are really can't wait to show the people they perceive to be liberals that like they will like be on board with the right things if it's right to that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I got an applause break at Mothership the other day for like a part of my joke that I've just added on. You know how I say we should separate LGBT and then Q? Mm-hmm. I have a whole joke about that, and then I say like some people want to do LGBT over here and then T over. Like they want to drop the T. That's the thing. LGBT drop the T. They're like, well, like lesbian, gay, bisexual, or sexualities. Being trans it's a gender thing, and I'm like, yeah, but if you're trans, no matter who you date, that's at least half gay.
Right.
So, so I got an applause break on that, which is I just wanted to make sure that joke that I was like, hey, like, I'm not one of those drop the T people. Like, that's not what I'm talking about with my joke.
Right.
So I just like throw that in I thought that was a cute aside, but I think the people at Mothership, they want me to know that they're like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like they want.
I would guess they don't even know they're just like, I heard trans. So like, I heard trans, and this person I thought was going to not make fun of trans, but you're not even making fun of anything. But
in that one, it's more pro-trans,
right? But they don't know. They just heard like you're making a trans joke.
But they respond differently to different trans jokes.
Yes,
do you know
that's
what
true.
I mean?
Yeah.
And that response felt like they were like, yeah, that is a good point. Haha. Like there's like when you're making a joke about a group, but everyone can tell that it's not at the group's expense. There's a feeling of that. Do you know what I mean? And I think they were like, yes, we enjoy that feeling.
Yeah. I got an applause thing at Mothership about making fun of, well, it wasn't making fun of Israel, but it was about,
you just said free Palestine and they all
no, I did not. Fuck the Jews. No, I said,
you're like, the applause break was also them driving me out of the room, but
yeah, like chasing me. Yeah. No, it was like my mom died when I was a kid, and that's why my dad didn't want to raise us Jewish. My mom died, and she did, and so we were raised Jewish. I'm like, that's how Jews win arguments, is that we die
over his dead body.
Right. Well, her, it's like,
wait,
so she died, and then because of that, the guilt. And I'm like, that's how we got Israel, because you get enough dead Jews, you get a country, and it's brilliant, I think. And then,
sorry, I was burping.
That's okay. You were crying.
Yeah, I was crying.
Because you're gay for Israel.
Gay for Israel makes a good amount of sense. Anyway,
that's true. Yeah, but there's more to the thing. But I was shocked to have gotten applause for an Israel joke. So tell me, what are we doing?
Okay, well, we're supposed to be smoking. Did we not even smoke? Oh, it's because I drank a little bit of this brie. You know what? This has been an open weed beverage in my fridge for the last few days, so I finally need to finish it. It tastes awful, and I can't remember if it always tasted awful.
I've had it. I've read that they taste really bad. I didn't think it tasted horrible. I thought it was okay. I don't mind the taste of weed.
It's like a
like a yucky,
almost like bug spray in the mouth, in the throat, kind of.
I'll smoke a little bit. Is that what you're going to say?
Let's just smoke a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because here we are on Drunk Feminism to talk about feminism. Yeah. But we're going to be fucked up on your drug of choice, which is
weed.
Weed from New York.
Weed from New York, which is totally Texas compliant.
We're in New York right now.
We're in Colorado. It's weird.
We're in Colorado.
We're in both. Time isn't. Space isn't real.
Because this is actually edited really well, and we're not
green
in person.
Screen. Yeah. But I am having an abortion in my uterus is in Texas getting an abortion.
Okay, so arrest her for that. But
yeah, prove
else.
It.
Yeah. Maybe we're joking. So great. Yeah, well, and then I brought you here to grill you on feminism. What does
I feel like
do you think of yourself as a feminist?
By the way, I always feel like I look uncool smoking, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. I like that.
But I'm just owning it. Do you want some?
Yeah, I bet I look uncool too.
You look cool.
Now we're safe.
Yeah, you look cool.
You probably look cool. I don't really remember. I'm gonna watch next time. Ago? Yeah, I wasn't really paying it. Now I'm gonna watch and see if you look cool.
I have always called myself a feminist, and now it feels really embarrassing. What about you?
Well, I feel like it goes through waves in terms of embarrassment. So I was definitely raised where like feminist was a bad thing, and but it was like my shittiest brother who was like
it's a bad thing.
Feminazis, yeah,
right.
But my mom was definitely a feminist compared to like most people.
Right.
Her whatever. I think my like dad was maybe a little about the feminists. And then my brother Albert, that no one even liked, would call them feminazis. I was like, "You're listening to Rush Limbaugh? What is this?"
Didn't he died, right?
Yeah, that's one of the dead ones.
Am I allowed?
I was like talking with a group of non-comics earlier today, and we were all discussing something, and my brother came up, and then I just kind of realized, like, I just wanted to throw something about him being dead in a funny way, but I was like, they're not gonna get it.
No,
I'm not gonna. It'll ruin the mood for them, and I'm like,
yeah, he's one of the dead ones. It's so funny. Oh yeah, all my dead brothers, and you're so young,
Well, yeah, that's like, I guess I racked up 2 divorces and dead brothers by 35 or 6 or something.
That's a lot. You've accomplished. It's
in a short time. I hope I'm dead with dead. I hope I'm done with dead sibling. I would love to.
That'd be great.
Or at least have a long break. I think we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah,
I think we're good. God.
I mean, you have a sister, right?
I have a sister and one more brother.
And they're younger or older?
They're older.
Okay.
Okay. We're going in order.
Okay.
So.
Right. Okay. And you're the last one.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
But I really love my sister.
Yeah.
My brother's got kids. Someone's gonna, we need.
Statistically speaking, it's so unlikely.
Statistically, it already was. Okay, anyway, but we don't know if this is a statistics universe or if God punishes us or we got a Job thing. No,
or gives us gifts.
I literally went home my life is nothing like Job's. I'm the devil is definitely not playing games with God about punishing me or whatever, like trying me. But my mom, when I went and visited her the other day in Houston, like sat me down immediately to tell me all the awful things in her life, and literally it was
oh my God.
She was like, I feel like Job. I feel like I'm being, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And it was like, her hip had been hurting, but now it was better mostly. And she's 70.
I'm like Job.
She'll be 70 in a month. And then, which, I mean, I want to live long and healthy, but you know what I mean? But her phone something had happened to the screen one day, and then now she's lost all of her photos forever that were on that phone, which I get that was awful, but it took me 5 minutes with ChatGPT to figure out how to get it back. I saw it, which is great. It was fun to be a hero.
The program looks like it's closed.
Oh, that's just the screen.
Oh, okay, good. I'm very I'm very cautious about this.
No, I like that you're doing
yeah.
Because I was afraid because I went like that. I tugged something. I was like,
well,
I
because
broke the whole thing.
We had a moment setting everything up so that now I'm paranoid.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
sorry, back
in
to
my
Job.
family, anyway, my mom's fine. But in my family, it was like feminism was like not cool. I went to college, and then we kind of got taught that like feminism hadn't been cool for a while. And if you asked a group of people, that most would say they weren't feminists and stuff.
Right.
So then it kind of became like in some classes you would learn we should say we're you know what I mean? So you go through liberal college and they kind of teach you certain things, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that feminism is the correct answer is yes to that. And it got kind of cool in some circle. And then I just kind of watched, because I ask people all the time in my stand-up, like, clap if you're a feminist. And I know that different of those people would clap or not clap differently depending on the context.
Yeah.
Depending on who's around. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can tell it's always some people. I would say, though, in the last 2+ years, it's been getting more and more clapping.
Really?
Yes, which is interesting. So it goes through waves of how popular it is, and if you're going to say it around who, but it this is why I want to do this podcast, because it's like I also want to talk about like what is feminism to everybody, because it is like it's like a different thing to everyone.
Well, I think so. When I was younger, my mom was the first woman to work. She was a lawyer where she worked. So she worked for like the New York State Supreme Court and in our county.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, it was like
in our county, yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, not in our county. It was the
I didn't know counties had Supreme Courts.
No, you're right. It was like in Westchester. She was the head of the
She lived
county.
in your county.
Yeah, she was the head of the County Women's Bar Association.
Cool.
That was the thing. But she was the first woman to work in the appellate division of the New York State Supreme Court. But I think it was like statewide. It could be like, they have different offices.
I don't know.
But it was just in the New York
cool.
Times about it when she
Something
died.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was totally a feminist, and she had an Equal Rights Amendment bracelet, which like is rare or something, like sells for a lot.
I thought it was going to be a tattoo. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, such a bad bitch. No, like she had a bracelet. I mean, I found it in her stuff like 10 years ago, and I was going through this like minimalism thing, and I sold it on eBay.
How much?
Like $75. And then the woman, I forget how. Oh, I think I may have like alluded to her story in the sale, and the woman asked me to write a letter accompanying the bracelet, which was pretty sweet.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, just trying to memorialize it like that. Actually, it's like really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Sometimes I think it's like weird to sell stuff like that, but other times I think like if there's someone else in the world who like is going to treasure it more,
that's true. Yeah,
it's actually nice to get it in their hands.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I often feel guilty about stuff like that, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
But she was a feminist. Her sisters were feminists, like part of like feminist leagues and stuff. And I think they used to like march. And I have to like remember that like women not long before her weren't even allowed to go to law school. And she was like one of the first ever. So it's like because of that, I've always been like, I'm a feminist. But now I feel like I just feel like it's under the guise of feminism or whatever, women's progress. Now there's like this horrible.
Well, it's like being gay. You're like, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's been co-opted.
It's been co-opted by some stuff where you're like, I agree with some of this. I don't know about this. It's the same thing with feminism, right? Hey, some people are harsh on the vibe in here.
Right.
So do we officially call ourselves a particular kind of feminist? Whether it's a wave or if it's like a... I know there's... I don't know all the... I'm sure people will teach me, but there's like sameness feminist and difference feminist.
This I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So as I understand it, the sameness feminists are the ones who are saying that like males and females are basically the same, except for maybe some physical differences.
Right.
And they differ on how much they think we're physically different.
Right.
But that basically our brain, they can't allow for the idea our brains might be a little different, basically.
But they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just are. Yeah. Now they know that.
Don't tell them, but they're different. Okay.
It doesn't mean anyone's better. Anyway, go ahead.
But then difference feminists are the ones who acknowledge reality and say that there are some differences. Yes, we used to exaggerate the differences. Some people really still do.
Right.
But there are some differences on average at the extremes in particular things, greater variability hypothesis for the men, like where maybe the stupidest people and the smartest people are men, and women are more like holding up the like we're probably a safe bet in the middle kind of stuff with some like differences between the sexes are like that, right? So you have the most billionaires are men and the most homeless people are men.
Oh.
The like smartest people generally are men, except maybe but it's been a lot. Smartest, but it depends on what we mean.
What are we measuring and whatever.
Yeah, and then but also like the dumbest people are men.
Right.
The richest and the poorest are also generally men.
Really?
Yeah, like billionaires and homeless people, mostly men.
Right.
So,
but that's not the what's it called? That's not the mode, right? Is that the one that
right? But that's what I mean. Like modally, the women on a number of things will be like doing better than the men, right? But the men are the best and the worst.
Okay, so yeah,
that's something. But there's different. There's all kinds of different differences, right? And some are subtler than others, and we know that. We can look at different kinds of monkeys and be like, okay, hey, look, those ones have. The males are a lot bigger than the females, and they're all polygynous or whatever. And then you look at gibbons, and they're the exact same size, and they're like they do the exact same stuff all the time. Like they're really like the same shit.
What's polygynous?
Well, you have more than one spouse or wife. Or
is it polygamous? Is it polygamous?
Well, wait. Polyandry is more multiple husbands, right? Polygamous is multiple
wives,
either partner.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I already forgot which. I always get this twisted, so I might have said it wrong at any point.
No, I don't know.
Polygyn. Gyn is gyno like pussy.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I've never heard this word. I'm not even like correcting you or anything.
No, I'm just this is good for me. Okay. Yeah. Polygynous pussy.
Right.
Gyno.
Yeah.
Polyandry, androgen, andrew is a man word.
Right.
So that means you have multiple husbands. And then polygamous is the word anyone can use.
So you said the word polygynous.
So because the big old dudes will have like a bunch of, like they'll have a harem, but the chicks never have more than one. They don't have like a harem.
Right. So they're monogamous, the chicks.
I don't know about that. Maybe they're just mating when they mate with different people depending on who's the alpha dog at the time.
Okay.
But there's different things going on. But some of the monkeys are like that. You know what I mean? So it's like we're pretty androgynous as a species,
right?
As they go, we're not quite like the gibbons. So difference feminists are the ones who go, yeah, we're somewhat different, and in fact, it's actually better if we acknowledge that and figure that out that way instead of pretending that women are men or should be men or should act like men or should have the same values or value as men. If we acknowledge that there are some differences that are important, then we could maybe advance as a species and figure out how to get along better together and treat each other better.
Right.
And that's all I mean by feminism. I'm like, guys, we're just of equal worth. We might be different.
Right.
But then you can't always like assume what someone's going to be. Maybe they're going to be not like what you expect. Just because they're a man or a woman doesn't mean they're going to be like what you expect. But there's still sex differences.
Well, exactly. And like the brain, the way that the brain is structured or whatever, like this, like the shape and the size. I think, right? I think
they're different. Women's are smaller. Women's brains are smaller.
Right, but it also doesn't mean that women are not as intelligent.
No, because different animals are smart with different size brains.
Yeah, we think that like bigger is better because we're just...
Well, that men think that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's like the stereotype. But so it's like just because a man's brain might be like bigger. It's like you see a kid with like the biggest head in school. You're not like, he's so smart. Yeah. You're like, that kid is deformed.
I'm pretty sure the Neanderthals had bigger brains than we did. And we don't, but they might have been actually pretty smart. It's just the stereotype that they're not smart. So what if we killed the smartest ones? What if the dumbest ones were like, let's team up and kill all those smart ones. They're annoying. And we're just dumber than we should be.
Wait, say again.
Like maybe the Neanderthals were, their brains are bigger. Maybe they were smarter than we are.
Okay.
And then maybe we were like jealous, all the dumb gene people.
Called them mean, I killed them. Oh my God.
Killed them. We pulled them.
Well, yeah, I meant to say killed.
Maybe we teamed up and took them down.
Yeah, picked off
instead of fucking, because we fucked them for a while and made a little hype. So there's a few of them still,
running around. I think you are such a reader, right? Like I'm a reader, but like you're a reader, right?
I guess, but there's also people who read way more than me.
Yeah, but that's like being like, it's like someone's really wealthy and you're like, you're pretty wealthy. You're like, yeah, but I'm not Jeff Bezos, or whatever, Elon Musk.
In terms of the average American, I would assume that I'm in the 99th percentile of reading.
Right. You read,
but
like,
that's not.
Because we're like surrounded by all these books, and I've read like some of them, but some of them are like the Bhagavad Gita. Like,
well, everyone's read the Bhagavad Gita.
Everyone read the, and I took.
It's not even that long.
I went to like a yoga school.
Some of those are pictures or something, or they repeat. I don't remember, but it's really not as long as it looks.
It's true. Those books never are. But my point is,
or there's like a big introduction or something.
But you know all these like really niche things about like evolution and about like I feel like I know more than most people I talk to.
Yeah.
But I'm also talking to like comics a lot.
That's
yeah. So it's like yeah. I mean, but it's like when you're like they're and like they're this and that, and I'm like wow, and then you're high. Like that's insane to me.
Well, I think I'm more like that because I'm high.
See, I'm not like that. When I'm high, I'm like.
But I also I know all those things when I'm not high, though. You know what I mean? But
you just draw on them when you're high.
I don't love reading. I think it's the craziest thing that people don't read more.
I agree with you.
It's such superpowers to just like take in wisdom and knowledge. But and then I have like my little interests. So and then I keep us talking about my interests. So. I know a lot about my interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But do you read any fiction or
I read some. Do we not put any fiction in this? I don't think. The fiction's on the other shelf. There's a small fiction section. It's not. I don't even think there's any over there, but in the bookshelf in the
other room,
in the other room. Although Bill Cosby's Fatherhood might be a lot of fiction. I don't know.
What? Bill Cosby's Fatherhood?
It's like a memoir type.
Right. Yeah.
There's Spanish fly stories, and I found that at a thrift store. Obviously, I'm not giving any money to him or his people, but I found it at a thrift store, some years into the Cosby thing, and I was like, let's get this book. It's like chapter 2, the Spanish fly story.
Well, it's crazy. Anyway, it's like a
serial killer. It wasn't even against men's religion to like roofie. You know what I mean? They don't talk about it in the open. They're like, you try to get a woman drunk at least if you don't have a pill to put in her drink, or get her addicted to coke, and then she'll be dependent on you forever. I watched like a really like cool movie recently on one of the streaming things that they just have for us in this world. That's actually, or maybe I got a free trial on something and I watched one more thing. You know what I mean? History. Anyway,
what was it?
It was like a 1927, 37, whenever they would have been making a movie like this, like a narrative black and white film. And it was this guy who like this like innocent girl goes to the city, and then this guy gets her addicted to sniffing powders. But I'm watching it and I was like, this is like definitely happened to a lot of women, that you just kind of like get into, you know what I mean? Because I've watched that happen to women in our generation.
But this was like an old black and white movie?
Old black and white movie. And he gets her addicted to cocaine and tricks her out as a prostitute until like she died, she kills herself or whatever.
And what year do you think this was made?
1930-ish, something like that.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like these old movies, like I always thought that, because I thought when like movies as I got older were getting like crazy violent, right?
Yeah.
They were shooting each other's heads off and you could see it, right?
Yeah.
But the older movies, then I would go back and watch, as I got older, like movies from the 70s, 80s, you're like, oh, they shoot tits in these movies. On a PG movie, you would be like, there's boobs. You're like, whoa, why do we trade that away? So then, you go back 100 years and you're like, oh, they're just like openly explaining how a guy uses drugs to trick a young woman, to drain the life out of her and get her addicted, you know what I mean, and pimp her out. Yeah.
And it's fine. And, I mean, it's like, that guy's bad. That's it. Well, I was at the gym the other day. Brag. But I was because I just started going to the gym. So I'm like, I was at the gym where I live once a week for an hour. So they have like all those TVs, and then you can just choose your channel or whatever. And at this gym, they're like huge. And one of them was like the Spanish language channel. And it was like Telemundo or something. And it was so violent towards women. Yeah, they were just kicking the shit out of all these and like raping and everything. And I was like, oh my God, what are the
people are watching it at the gym?
Well, I don't know if anyone was watching it, but I was like, is no one watching this? Because the men like were hitting the women in the face. And I was like,
it's like backhanded, or
like it was like you just see like at the opening of a show,
front-handed.
he comes to the store or whatever. She opens the door, hi, and then he just whacks her so hard in the face, and she's crying, and then trying to get away, and then it goes to commercial, and then I think there's like a rape scene, and I looked away, but then the next thing is her like with her friend, and they're crying, and she's going, I can't in Spanish because they're like reporting him.
No puedo.
Yeah, it was like no puedo, blah, blah, blah. Like I don't know. I took high school Spanish.
But I can't what? Turn him in?
I can't go through the story of my rape or something.
Oh, I can't tell you.
She was trying to report it to the police.
I can't. Yeah, she doesn't want to report on him.
Right.
Okay.
But it's like if you go anytime things get like fucked up, it's always like a society gets like weird, or like you look back in history, or you're like watching like weird portrayals in another country of women. It's of whatever life. It's always like, and the women were just like slaves,
Yeah. Well, this is something I think a lot of young women now don't realize, like what our moms actually fought for and went through, or their grandmas potentially, because some of them are in that kind of generation. They don't know that. I mean, Instagram's teaching some of them, but they don't realize that women couldn't have credit cards or property, like everything,
or
like
be on the pill without their husbands,
and would be without all kinds of stuff, and like then. For thousands of years in many of our civilizations, women have been enslaved or something like it, or treated like lower class citizens of some sort to an alarming degree.
Well, I think it's like now obviously people are more. I think the reason why I find feminist like more embarrassing is because like I don't like the approach now to like men are so gross or whatever. It's like there was always like a debate about like men not understanding what it was like to be a woman, but now it's like, ew, he's a man. Or like there's an article today in the New York Times about man. It wasn't like manscape. It was like man keeping.
Yeah,
you saw that?
I glanced at it, but I was like, what?
It was so obnoxious. It was like about how like women have to do like the emotional work of their partners.
Oh right, yeah.
But it's like, I think
we already were calling that emotional labor. Weren't we?
Yes, exactly. That's what they say in the article.
Keeping. They're trying to make fetch happen.
Right, exactly. But then it was like, it's like I don't know, if you're looking to like infantilize a guy that you're with, like you probably just shouldn't be with that guy.
Yeah.
Don't like talk about it to the Times, because it's not like, oh, he's such a fucking baby and I have to do all that. It's like, that guy sucks. Yeah. And it's not like men are all like this.
Right.
I have
Dump
friends.
him and date someone else and stop instead of keeping him.
Right. And it's like there's this portrayal. I mean, I can't believe I'm defending men. Like I just never in my life thought that it would go so far that I'd be the one like, listen, some of them are okay.
None of us thought we would be here.
No, seriously, because
this is not what anybody imagined in the 90s when we were all frolicking around.
Even during the Me Too movement, you weren't like, and I want to be able to forever talk about what pieces of shit men are. Yeah. Like, it's like, no, you just want the rapist to stop raping. Rapists be raping.
That's my thing. I'm like, it's really hard to offend me with jokes or whatever, but just don't hit us or rape us.
Right. Or don't like be creepy at work.
Well, don't be creepy. Well, I guess it's not just don't rape us. It's like, don't rape us even a little bit. Like there was a I was just doing Good Session, Brent Gill's show where like audience members write in questions and like panel of comics is talking about them, and this one man said, he was like, am I a bad guy if I wasn't sure whether I cummed inside my chick or not, so I just gave her a Plan B pill. Which like implies that he snuck a Plan B pill into her.
Wow, he's like drugging her.
Dude, I'm like, this
was tonight? Someone wrote this?
Yeah, but they weren't there because they put in questions from old shows too, so that you wouldn't.
Yeah, and what was the response, by the way?
Because I wanted to see what everybody else on the panel is dude. All the other comics are dudes, but the one woman is kind of like a host person, and she's like maybe a little newer of a comic, and she's older, and I don't know. I couldn't trust her to
back you up.
Yeah, do anything. So all the men are just joking about it, ha ha ha. And I, at some point, I have to be like, yeah, but it is like you're pouring a bunch of hormones into someone without their consent. You're actually.
By the way, you didn't even tell her.
You could have just told her like, hey, I wasn't sure, and out of an abundance of caution, like I got you this Plan B pill in case you wanted to take that.
Right.
Something like that would be good, but you're just like this non-confrontational fucking Gen Z pussy ass bitch. It's like, what if I just instead of let me just chop it up and put it in her drink.
He roofied her with a Plan B pill,
and then
that's crazy. Yeah. Also, it's not always effective. I was looking at the statistics just
Really?
today. Yeah. Well, because well, I was curious about it. What the efficacy rate is. It's only 89%.
89.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And
That's
yeah, it's not that high. I mean, like, and then if you're thinking he's like putting it in her drink, it's like, is she gonna drink it to the last drop?
Yeah.
Maybe there's powder at the bottom.
Probably tastes like shit. I would imagine Plan B tastes bad.
Taking it, I think it's a tiny pill. Like,
Usually you swallow it, right? But I'm saying
it's kind of
he's
like a
gotta chip it
fetus,
up.
you know? Yeah.
I think he's putting it. Maybe you're like, hey, you want to do Molly tonight? Take
Right.
both of these.
God, that's
Pills that
crazy.
look different. I
To
don't
be
know what
like-
he does. The comics were like, what are they putting in some cheese? I'm like, that is funny, and I'm glad we made those jokes. But just at some point, we need to be like, guys, Plan B is like fun to take. It fucks your hormone system up for a while.
Also, it's like there's pill abortions too.
Yeah.
Because then you go, fuck. Like, what if someone knows you're like 8 weeks pregnant
And they just pill abortion you?
Abortion roofies you. So
But it is only good if she's religious, and that way she didn't have to do the sin. Someone did it to her.
well, maybe she wanted the fucking.
But I'm saying if she didn't want the baby, it's if she wants the baby, that's murder.
But how would you know? Yeah, how would you know if
she wanted the baby or not?
How would you know if you don't tell her? Like, do you mean like he doesn't tell her?
Oh, he
that
would
he's
have-
gonna abort it. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
because she wouldn't even know she.
maybe she like missed her period.
she missed her
And
period.
she doesn't know he came inside of her.
And he's like, "Ooh, I bet she's pregnant."
Right. So he roofies her with an abortion.
But then she would. But what if she knew she would pregnant? She did the test, and she was like, "Fuck." Like, I don't want to be pregnant.
And she's like, I wish, because she's religious, she's like, I wish God would take care of this.
Exactly.
Then you're
and
doing
instead,
her a favor.
And he's like, exactly. That's what I'm saying. In that scenario, you can do it.
That's like the one.
I give you that.
And I don't even know if legally you can do it.
Legally not, but
Morally,
I think
yeah.
it's acceptable at that point to
Right,
give
you
her
can
that
Spanish
so that
fly
you take the sin
the
on
abortion.
yourself.
Yes, you've not only have you
Very
done-
Christ-like, actually.
Yeah, not only have you done an abortion, but you've technically you've kind of murdered the kid because she wanted it,
You
but she
murdered
didn't.
it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that way it's not her sin.
Yeah.
So I actually like that. I think that's a
That's like a
gentlemanly
sin
thing
eater.
to do.
That's a gentleman- yeah.
Gentlemanly sin eating. The abortion crime.
That's
Moral crime.
That's
not
so funny.
Legally here, yes.
We should have to like. It's like if there's like a horrible situation, it's like you should have to come up with. That'd be a fun game of like a situation where it
That
holds
is
up.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like okay, roofing your girlfriend
Oh.
an abortion pill. It's like
Yeah.
if
That's
she's
like as a board game. Yeah. Okay, it's like a moral philosophy game at because we all have like we trust us. There's at least one scenario for each of these cards, but you might have to smoke a joint to figure it out. Go with Catholic. I get it.
It's so funny.
That is a good idea for a game.
Where it's like, yeah, what would it be okay if like, because then you're like, okay, so she wants an abortion, but she's religious, but why would he roofie her? Because she doesn't know he came inside of her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
are there any?
sorry. What would I wonder what you know how in Monopoly you go to jail or this and that. Like, what would the cards be in that?
Oh, you want to make a whole? Because I was thinking like Cards Against Humanity style, where it's just
Right, okay.
cards where we.
Yeah, everyone picks one. You got to come up with the scenario.
Yeah, you gotta come up. Whatever you pick, it's like. Fuck. It could even be that you have like black and white cards, and that you combine them together, and you're like. So there's a
Right.
different scenario multiple times you play the game.
Oh my god,
It'd be
that's
harder.
so. But you could actually apply that to Cards Against Humanity because you know how it gives you all those
Yeah.
bad scenarios. You could.
Two midgets shitting in a bucket.
Yeah.
Why is that morally acceptable?
That just is absolutely necessary. Yeah.
Morally necessary.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be morally necessary.
What if it's like,
Well, they're saving their mom, the only way to get the medicine is if the guy pays him all the money he said he'd pay him for shitting in the bucket together.
well, maybe there's like midgets have like a thing in their DNA that like cures a disease, but
Morally acceptable for everyone involved in the story. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
wait,
Well,
okay, what were you? How were you saying it?
I was just saying that all they have to do is find a patron of the arts who wants to watch two midgets shit in a bucket and who will pay them enough money to buy the medicine they need for their mom to save her life. Like classic.
Yeah,
That one's going to be a goat. You know what I mean? That's
because
gonna
I think
be a lot.
the medicine is justifying the shitting in the bucket, whereas the shitting in the bucket should be justified in itself.
Just the justified in and of itself.
And that's how I see it.
Because they're shitting they're shitting into the bucket so that
Right.
it has the cure to AIDS in there, and someone's going to scoop it out and rub it on gay people, and then they'll be cured.
Right, exactly. And I was thinking back about the roofing abortion
Maybe it
pill.
cures monkeypox, and you have to do like a face mask of midget shit.
I bet that somebody with the abortion pill would come up with one where it's like you can roofie her with, I think it's milprevsonate, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you realize that her son was going to be Hitler and she wanted to keep him, then it's okay to roofie her. Do you know what I mean? But like
that'll be
But I think that God, I lost it. It's gone.
Well, we're running out of time, so I want to see if there's any. Are there?
We're running out of time. It's like that was a bad
No,
story.
we are because you told me you have to leave soon. Okay, so let's put this. What is your someone asked me this today when I said I had this podcast. She was like, what's your like worst feminist position? Like she thinks women are bad drivers, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, slow drivers. We're just slow.
Slow drivers. I'm not a slow driver. Fuck that.
I'm not either. I try to keep it cool for the cops, but
I've had a lot of road rage stuff, but I've recently chilled out a bit. But what's my least cool? There are so many dumb bitches, and I hate hearing them speak, especially at comedy. When you just hear a dumb bitch be like, "What?" Or like, I'm like, "Why are you talking that way? Like, what? How did this happen?"
I think that's what I don't like about the Sydney Sweeney commercials. I'm like, I don't know whether you have good genes. I don't know you well. I don't know you well enough. You might be a dumb bitch, for all I can tell. Because in these commercials and like for the little bit of euphoria I saw, you are just kind of like you might be. I'm not sure. You might actually be a really intelligent, cool person, but if you're just like a dumb bitch, then I don't care whether you have big boobs and your face is pretty or your voice is sexy. You know what I mean? So. I'm like, let me get to know you. Maybe there's a better, you know what I mean? Is there something out there she's put something that was like a good indication that she's has good genes? Because it's like, it's not, you have a lot of genes. Let's talk about some of the other genes. I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, it's hard to know with her. I've never heard someone, so I really don't know much about her aside from like seeing her and stuff. Like I know who she is and I've seen her, I've seen Euphoria.
You watched Euphoria?
The first season, yeah.
How was I only watched the first few episodes, 2, 3 maybe.
I remember after I finished it, but that's because I like blitzed it. Yeah. I was like, this is incredible, but I've never gone back to watch it again. Which is I watch everything again, but not that because it's like, was it incredible?
I just remember it being like, these are teenage girls, and I feel like awful about
how horrible their lives are.
How not only that, but then like that all of us are just watching people who are at least supposed to look 16 getting molested or even having horrible sexual experiences with varying levels of consent.
I think that's like kind of the era. No, I'm kidding. That's like, you're right. That's what we're watching.
It's been of every era. We pretend it's not. And this one in the last, in the last few decades, people pretend, but these men are fucking horny for kids. And I don't like that we just put that on TV. It's
that's so funny.
So fucking creepy.
Well, I think you're totally right. I think what's funny is that it never occurred to me. It's just like, I'm like, oh yeah, we're like all, because the show's like not really for the kids. Like they're like, yeah, it's for us. It's like, it's actually for us.
Yeah, it was for adults to like look into the kind of world of like what the bad kids are doing right now.
But you know what I watched recently, rewatched for like the 10th time, is My So-Called Life. Were you ever into that show?
Which one is that? Claire Danes?
Yeah, Claire Danes, Jared Leto.
I remember being in a hotel once and just like watching every episode I could for 2 days, but
it's the best show
on cable or something.
Yes, it was like on Channel 7 or ABC or whatever growing up, and then it was on
just nowhere.
Well, then MTV played it. Yeah. But like I rewatched it recently and I was like, this is definitely a show for adults. Like it's about a teen, and I loved it when I was a kid, but so much of it is the parents.
Yeah.
And maybe it's supposed to be for both. Yeah. But it's weird to think that adults make shows about children for adults.
I mean, I've been rewatching Buffy with my girlfriend Vanessa, who has never watched it before, and so like going back and watching, like, okay, did you ever watch Buffy?
Not really.
The plot is that this girl who is like probably 15 when she shows up on season 1 is this vampire slayer. She moves to town. She's called to do it, and there's this weird reason why there's a bunch of like vampires in that area all the time, plus other demons.
But she wasn't born a vampire.
No, she's a vampire slayer. Okay. So she has like a lot of strength and she's good at. She has weirdly. She's like Xena-like a little bit. You know what I mean? But
she wasn't born knowing that she was.
No,
it comes later.
I think it's like a calling.
Okay.
But then it also like turns on at some point. Like she was normal until she was like 14, 15. Something.
Right. When then she got a period.
She got a period. She became Slayer.
Yeah.
So then there's this vampire Angel who like was cursed with a soul. He was turned a few hundred years ago, and when he was like, I don't know, I guess 27, 8, 30, whatever he is, and he was like this piece of shit. He wasn't a great human, and he was a piece of shit vampire. Killed lots of people, tortured them, psychologically tortured them, whatever. And then someone curses him with a soul, and then he's like just eating rats and like being homeless for a while until this guy in a tunnel was like, hey, you should do something with your life. You're a vampire. You could do something. And then he's like, let's go check out this chick. And he shows Angel, who's like, I'm a little homeless guy who eats rats. He's like, he shows, hey, this is a Slayer. You could help her, you know. And Angel falls in love with her. Angel, who's now 280 years old or whatever the fuck. And she's 15. And throughout, and then he becomes like this brooding, like kind of sexy vampire, and they have this whole relationship, and it's great. It's actually like really good TV. Well, once you're about a season and a half in, it's pretty bad before that. But yeah, so then it's like this whole time you have this man who is an adult,
right?
To
like,
say
not
the
just
least.
an adult, but like
he's
7,
literally hundreds of years old,
right? Yeah, that's so funny.
But then he's pining after, then dating, then fucking a 15, 16, 17-year-old girl in the first 3 seasons. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They show it a lot, you know.
What, him as an old person?
No, he's because he looks young, but that's all that matters, right?
Oh, but they showed them.
But they show, you know what I mean? It's like, and you just watch it now going, it never occurred to me when I was 20 or whatever, however old I was. I don't remember, 18, 17. Yeah, I don't know. And with that, I was, watching a very adult man have sex with this child, 15, 16-year-old. But of course the actress is probably 24 or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were probably, but it's the depiction is supposed to be that. And so I mean, it's like, is it okay just because we know it actor wise is fake? It's like child porn that you make with like midgets AI. And AI or little, young looking Asian people or something.
Pretending to be children.
People pretend. It's like, that's kind of, I mean, I don't love that.
Did you read Shogun or like I
didn't know it was a book.
Yeah, it's like
it must be a book series.
It's like 1,500. Yeah, there's a series, but the book is like 1,500 pages. My stepmother gave it to me. I always make it like 300 pages in, and I'm like, I can't do another rape of a child, or like just like because they took that out of the show.
Yeah, they
don't show the child sex, like just like. Yeah. He like fucks a 12-year-old like early. Yeah. Like, it's just fine. Yeah. And
there's a history of that. So yeah, women and children have not had it easy.
No.
For a long time.
Yes. Children, but particularly little boys in these stories.
Yeah, anyway. Little boys took a lot of the
hits.
But I mean, so do girls. It's just been bad for women and children.
That's true.
It's just eventually the boy children grow up and maybe they didn't, but also is bad for most humans generally in a lot of ways.
That's true.
So if you were poor for most of history, it just generally sucked for you. And that's why it's like none of this is about blame. Like anytime, I think if you say feminist, people think you like are mad at men or something, and that's like an inherent part. And I'm like, no, like we all just like kind of landed in this mess together. We're just trying to figure out like how to have a better way. I think men and women could get along better than we currently are.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought of feminist as like just like a strength or like a position in the world that women didn't have yet, which I kind of think we still don't. But the thing that sucks is now realizing it's like it's not currently, at least in Western countries, it's not so much about oppression anymore. I think I think in other countries it is, but now it's like a lot of, I don't know, somehow like, even though I really love the song Pink Pony Club, I also am like, this is about like a girl who like goes to work at the strip club and she's like, dances. And it's like, Mom, be proud. Yeah. I love it. And I'm like, but she's still like at the strip club. And I know I
always like to assume it's like some kind of artsy, queer dance thing, like where it's more burlesque or something. Right. And but either way, it is still, I know.
But I don't think the kids... the kids who listen to it are like, yeah, I know it's like burlesque, they're like, she's a stripper. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I know that your girlfriend strips, right? Or she doesn't strip though. She does the pole.
Does pole dancing. Yeah. She's just likes being sexy, but not for. She doesn't do it for money.
Yeah, actually, I did know that she's not a stripper, but I just was, because it's like then you go, what is it about? Like, if you don't like the job, are you shaming the sport or whatever?
I think it's just, I mean, different people have different inclinations in the world as to like what they're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know like whether it's bad. Like I have a lot of questions about whether porn can be okay morally, whether stripping can be okay, whether prostitution can be okay. Right. I leave a lot of that open. But I think you have to have a certain kind of propensity in life to like do something like that. But like she could never like. She's
Vanessa?
She's had too many horrible experiences with men. Like she could never
strip.
She would fuck them. Like she would never. She doesn't want to ever sexualize herself for men.
Right. Wow.
In any way.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Whereas I'm like, huh? Like, hey. Like.
Yeah. No. She'd rather shoot them all.
Yeah. You're right.
It's not. She would prefer to only be around women.
Yeah. I know.
Never be around men that way.
Say again?
And never be around men that way. But in her classes, like all these chicks get together and they like wear sexy lingerie stuff and all pole dance together. And they're mostly all femmes. Yeah. So it's just like girls, and then it's cute, and and then it's a good exercise for her.
Oh my God! I mean, I have a friend who does it, and it's like, I couldn't imagine doing any of it. Like not one of the moves.
It's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
These pole dancers are strong.
Yeah. And I don't even look at it and go, oh, that looks cool, because I'm like, it looks so hard. I'm not even interested.
But every now and then I jump on there.
Do you?
But it's hard. And it's my shoulder's fucked up. But I was climbing for a minute before my shoulder fucked up.
Oh,
I've gotten like 1.5, 2 climbs.
Yeah, it's a really tall one.
We try.
Why did I? Yeah, I just.
You're talking about women are dumb bitches, and that's your least.
Oh God, yeah, that's my least
position.
Right. Well, this is what I'm talking about. I think like, I don't think that like celebrating stripping is like a huge problem. I just think that like there's more of this like movement to like, you don't need, it's like, yeah, you don't need to compete with guys, like, you know, the like girl boss. I fucking hate that term, but it's like, all right, like that person who's like got a mug that says girl boss and is a boss is a dumb bitch. And like anybody who works for her is gonna be like, God, she's such a dumb bitch, unless it's also another dumb bitch. Yeah. It's just, and it's like there's this whole thing of like, you don't need to be smart anymore. Like it's like, you know, it's like so many podcasters are like really dumb and proud of it, and that's fine. But it's also like then you get this whole like, there's like a whole era of women who just are like, get your bills paid. I don't know. Like I don't even know what it's not so much that, it's just like people who want, that was gonna be really sexist, but people who want to stay home and work, stay home and do nothing while a guy works. But then I'm like, do I actually have a problem with that? I don't know if I do.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, first of all, obviously if a woman is like taking care of house and home and indoor kids or whatever, like people can have different arrangements about labor, and homework, work at home should be valued. You know what I mean? Because otherwise you're a house slave.
Yes.
But then, I mean, I don't know that even if a woman like barely works at all, like sometimes a man is just like happy to pay for a woman to spend all of her time like getting pedicures and manicures and her hair done and her skin, you know, getting a facial, and then she'll like arrange things a little bit for their vacation or something, you know what I mean? And like he's happy just to have her at home, and he comes home and there's a dog and she's ordered takeout, and like
sounds terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe if they like each other, you know what I mean? Maybe if they just like each other, and he's like, yeah, I just make a lot of money and I don't need you to work, and I just want you to get to spend all day like reading and getting to pamper yourself and making yourself as happy as you want to be. And look, maybe she does a little charity work. I'm like, I don't know. That's
I guess it's like
men have testosterone. They like working. You'll make money, and sure, I don't know.
I guess people can do whatever they want, so for sure that's fine. And also, it's like, what does it matter what I think about those people? But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but your life's only good as long as like he's deciding that it's allowed to be good. Like if you
you need a prenup.
Look at Elon Musk. Like the women he's like,
right.
who have his kids are like begging him for money on Twitter, like or whatever.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, that he like she gives them as bare minimum as possible and goes to great lengths to do that. Which is like, why would anyone still be fucking this guy?
Ugh, I mean, I can't imagine. Anyway, he's so disgusting to me. But I think that it's like, people choosing to get power secondarily from like, as you know, like kind of leeching off of men, or what, not even leeching, just being taken care of and going, whatever, you take care of me. But then the hard part is that like so often it doesn't work out, or you get this like type of woman whose personality is bitching about her husband. And it's
that
like,
sucks. Yeah, you can't bitch about him if he's
Well, but you can't. I'm sure that he sucks too. Like, I don't know.
Well,
like,
you shouldn't be with him. Like, that's on you. It's only okay morally to be in that relationship if you really like the guy. To me, I'm like, just like living a shitty life where you have to put up with some man that you don't like or love just because you're getting money off of him. That is morally not okay. I don't think that's good. I think that's bad for your soul. It's like, you shouldn't be living that way. You're not going to be the best person you could be that way. But if you love the guy and he's like, genuinely, look here, we'll have a prenup that says that you do get everything. I have a life insurance policy. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have it. You have access to my bank accounts. You have joint on everything.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I have
I'm like, get good at accounting. Do you know what I mean? Like, get good at...
She's probably doing something.
I don't know.
Or she's doing charity. I mean, this is a made-up
Get good at decorating. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I just am like...
The ones who do nothing, it's weird.
I just think that it's like, now it's so celebrated for women to just like...
Be trophy wives?
Yeah.